Hello everyone. I am Satish Ambesange, so founder of Pragyan Smart AI Technology Private Limited. We are coming up with a long-term FDP program, especially for faculties across Karnataka. The objective of this FDP program is to enable the faculties to understand in depth about the deep learning technologies and enable them to write a paper and do consulting works. And this engagement is not only restricted to during the program FDP program, but it can be beyond the program. So everybody will be enrolling to aicollabresearch.com. So this is a platform especially for research people, research scholars, which helps in writing research papers, collaborating in deep research, and working on consulting projects. And this engagement is not for just for the FDP program, but this engagement lasts beyond 30 weeks. So we will be having in a capstone projects, and that project is some kind of a research oriented projects, and it should be resulting into a research paper. And we will guide you how to write a research paper. And about me, so I have around 18 years of experience, worked across several top-notch companies like Intel, Samsung, SanDisk, Philips, worked in core technologies, and I have my own startups which works in AI domain, and also I train people. And we have been working in AI for several years and developed several products. And the objective of this program is make people to collaborate, build a product or solutions, and also like we evaluate using the quizzes or assignments, and whoever scores above 30 75% will be given some kind of a consulting work or some kind of a research work later on. And the person who scores highest 3 marks, so will be will be rewarded with 20K, 10K, and 5K apart from uh, FDP certificate. If you look at the course structures, like this course structure is very intensive. So we cover initially with the basics, which is essential for the deep learning course, like machine learning basics, backgrounds will teach, and we will have a refresh of the Python program because this is hands-on program. And every after every session, we will be having an assignments and quiz, and these assignments and quiz are programming nature. So we will the people has to know about Python and the deep learning languages like PyTorch and all those things. So we will have a refresh on the Python. We assume that people know some extent Python programming, so we will refresh it. And then the third session starts dealing concepts, basic concepts, and the neural network concepts. Then we go in depth about the PyTorch. So PyTorch is the recent programming language. A lot of people are working, which who wants to be deploy the solutions. So PyTorch will cover so very in depth. So like if you see that like 6 7 modules are there in PyTorch, and after covering PyTorch, so we will cover Keras APIs and OpenCVs. So not in that depth at the PyTorch, but we will just explain what is that relevant, like what is there in PyTorch and what is relevant APIs there in Keras, and how we exactly we can do it using OpenCV. So objective is not just teach one programming language, to teach three programming language. So that because why we are focusing all these three programs, like a lot of research papers, like if you refer research paper with the codes, or if you see some codes in Kaggle or GitHub everything, so you will find in these three programming languages either PyTorch, OpenCV, Keras. So if you have a comfortable with these three programming language, you can understand the paper, you can build a model, you can modify the model. So the objective is to teach all these three programming language. And then from the session 7 onwards, we will be going in depth about the computer programming language. Like we will discuss about how to build architecture by step, 9 iterations, like how we will be building a neural network model in step by step, 9 steps, core steps, and few of the key concepts one has to understand to develop a neural network are receptive fields. We will go very in depth about receptive fields, because if you understand receptive fields, you know that like how to build a neural network architecture. So receptive fields, batch normalization, kernels, regularizations. These are very, very important kind of concepts. Like we dedicate one-on sessions for these things, like batch normalization, kernel regularizations. Batch normalization regulations all essential for optimizing. It's like so avoid the overfitting of the models. So receptive fields also is very essential. So we will cover that. And anyhow, that back propagation we will be discussing, because back propagation is the backbone of the neural network. So, and because of back propagations, a whole neural network takes from a completely drastic shift. It's like the trend completely shifted in favor of deep neural networks. Earlier, like image processing were leading, but because of the back propagations, the in like depth high means like higher depth neural networks are possible, and a lot of new innovations started happening. So we will cover in depth about the back propagations. And apart from this normal convolution neural networks, we also cover something like a depth-wise, pixel, dilated, transpose, spatial. So many things. Like so, see the why we giving this FDP program is to cover most of the advanced and in-depth concepts of a deep neural network, so that like the faculty who attend this understands these concepts and able to do deep research using these concepts. So, and data augmentation is very important technique. And nowadays, a lot of augmentation. So we need to do, because the data is not always enough to train a neural network. So data augmentation plays a very important role. So we spend a lot of time in here. And then interoperability, and we also train some kind of other advanced concepts of the neural networks, like optimizer, LR scheduler, learning schedulers, and other things, because these advanced training concepts, augmentation, and these different convolutions and the layers like back normalization, batch normalization, and all those things. These are very essential for fine-tuning the neural networks. So if you wanted to build a neural network DNN model, which is which doesn't have overfitting and which performs better accuracy, so these you should be very good we should have a very good understanding on these technologies, these concepts actually. So we spend a lot of time on these each individual, like optimizer, learning rate, data augmentations, everything. So this is the when we are like when till this 13th one actually, like we will be understanding each and every components of a neural network architecture. So when we understand each and every components of the neural network architecture, then we'll start looking into some of the neural network architectures which won the competitions, like very well-known neural architectures like ResNet. We will spend a lot of time in ResNet, Inception, DenseNet. These are the architectures, like, because when we already have an understanding about each individual concepts, then we will see that like what these neural networks architectures introduce new concepts. So what were the problems, what they solved, and how this why this neural network architecture won that. It's like what was the problem it was solving, and where else it was used. Which, and also like apart from just discussing the architectures, we also go into like which papers, like we will refer some kind of papers using this architecture and solving real problems. Because see, finally theory doesn't like just theory doesn't solve your problem. So we go deep dive into paper using this ResNet and what kind of real problem it is solving. And is any changes he's doing, or like what kind of important concepts has taken from these well-known architectures or his own. So it's like, so we deep dive. Like, so first we will study existing well-known architectures like ResNet, Inception, and DenseNet, and then we will go into the applications, like which papers, which concepts are used. So then a lot of other classification networks like SqueezeNet, exceptions. These are the top-notch architectures. We will go in depth one by one. And then we will enter. These are all the from 14 to 16 are all for classifications. So classification architectures, and from 17, 18, and 19 are object detection architectures like YOLO 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like these are all object detection. So what innovations, like what new things they introduced, and how those new things solves the problems. Like 19 till 20 are all object detection network, almost like neural architectures. Like we will go in depth about these architectures, and also same the way I said, no, we will go into the papers which uses those architectures. And then we touches about architecture from segmentation, like semantic segmentation and biomedical image segmentations and instance segmentation. These are the three different kind of segmentation. So we will touch about these segmentation architectures. So in depth with the papers also. Then when, so this covers most of the computer visions concepts, but then after that, like we will also a little bit touch about RNU, GRU, and LSTM and GAN, but we are not focusing on that in this FDP session, because they also need a lot of time to cover, but we will schedule another one session on FDP completely on RNN, GRU, LSTM, but we will touch about some basic concepts and some basic papers using these concepts actually. And finally, like 10 plus papers, like every time whenever we are explaining the concepts, we will go through one or two papers, but exclusively in the end, like in the 25 sessions, like 10 research papers, deep diving into research papers, understanding what that paper means, like what needs to be looked into, what is that technology, and which concepts it is using among these, whatever we discussed about semantic biomedical. So which concept from which architecture he has used, and what is the impact of that. So we go in depth about 10 research papers. So when we go in depth about 10 research paper, how to decipher the research paper, how to understand the research paper, how to, and what kind of innovations or improvements we can do over the research paper. So because the objective of this faculty development is to make sure every faculty understand these concepts and also learn the hands-on development, and also write a research paper or like do deep research or consulting. So this deciphering these 10 plus papers will help in that space. And finally, like when we understand these research papers, then finally is the capstone project. So we expect people will complete the project with writing one or two research papers. So that is the objective. So if you look at the course, like actually it will take from 25 to 30 weeks. So yeah, because why we have taken weekly one session, because this program is not just like 2 hours teaching and just forget it actually, because after every 2.5 hour or 3 hours session, so you will have an assignments, coding assignments, quizzes, and understanding. So they have to spend a lot of time to understand those research paper, work on the assignments, complete the quizzes, and all those things, because we wanted to know that like whether you are learning or not learning. So it's like based on that, like which concept you understood or understood. So we will refresh that in the next session. So because since you are already working and continuously teaching doesn't help you, so that is the reason weekly one session we are kept, and we give a lot of assignments and quizzes to do in that week. And this is all about, and we have a LMS platform. So all the courses or sessions are conducted on the LMS platform. So we will share that actually. And all these communication, everything, all these communication, we will be using AI Collab research platform. For writing paper and engaging during the coursework and beyond the coursework, this is the platform where we will be engaging with everybody. And everyone has to create a GitHub and Kaggle account, and all assignments has to be checked in there, so that like we will review there. And it also helps you to build your profile, because having an account, GitHub and Kaggle, and checking the code gives a visibility across other people, like somebody who's looking for hiring you or like giving consulting work. So there is, and a prerequisite for this course actually, we assume that like everybody has a laptop and Kaggle account or Google account. Like, so this is some Python experience. And about me, like I already explained, like I have around 18 years of experience and worked across the companies. So before concluding, so I just wanted to highlight few things. See, most of the times you have attended a lot of FDP programs, but most of these FDP programs run for 3 days, 1 days, 2 days, and after that, like everybody forgets actually. But here we are making sure that every sessions you have to attend the assignments, you have to do the quizzes, you have to do some kind of a coding and refer one or two papers and expose. So that way we are making sure that like this is a hands-on, and we teach each and every concepts, not like some concepts here, some concept there, and then you are not able to connect, you are not able to do anything beyond that. So this the objective of this program is to cover each key concepts of the deep neural networks for computer vision, and make sure that like you are able to write a thesis paper and write a code, and that is what the objective. So thank you for your time, and hope you like this, and register the course. So you can go to this website, and there is a FDP link is there. So like if you click here, so it will open something like this. So this is a research platform. So what I was trying to talk. So this is the FDP link. So if you go here, so description about the program is there, and this is where you have to create a login for this platform, and this is where it will take you to the courseworks where you can register, enroll for the program. So initially it was 24 weeks, but I added a few more modules and it becomes 30 weeks. So it is approximately 24 to 30 weeks depending on how we pick up. And so thanks for your time. Bye bye.